Good evening, funny ones. Good evening. How y'all doing today? How y'all feeling? Y'all hit that like button coming in. Hit the like button coming in. Hitting the thumbs up button coming in. Funny Bone have a few things to discuss, and I really want to say my condolences to the Kirks family, Charlie Kirks family. No one should be going through stuff like this. This should never happen. But people, when you preach hate, when you preach division, hateful stuff happens. When you're going way far away from the word, you're going way far away from the good book, stuff like this happens. So people, like I said, my hats off, not hats off, my condolences is to his family. No matter how much I disagree with some of his viewpoints and stuff, he still was a human being. He still deserved to live. No one deserved to be murdered. Period. So but people, we at a time now to where we need to start trying to get along. We need to spread love instead of hate. And that comes from the top all the way to the bottom. Donald Trump preaches hate. This man was a big Donald Trump follower. Matter of fact, Halloween, he dressed up as Donald Trump before. And Donald Trump was first to try to blame it on Democrat or liberals. This man was a Trump supporter, just like all the rest of them be. This man was a Trump supporter. And I told y'all, Democrats ain't gonna be the ones that do nothing like this. How many Democrats y'all seen do stuff like this? None. So why Donald Trump try to blame it on us? Everything is Democrat. Democrats did this. Democrat. Y'all notice everything negative Democrat has done. Nothing but lies. But like I said, people, I want y'all to listen how Mr. Kirk was in his life. What his viewpoints was. And it'll shed some light on why people did not like him and why people felt the way that they did. Y'all take a listen.
His regime, term 1 and term 2. But let's also recall, not 4 assassinations, but these are the things Charlie Kirk said in his rise to popularity. This. Here's a post from the platform X. The poster shall remain anonymous. In quotes, here are some things that Charlie Kirk said in his life. The man is dead, and so it only seems fair to share his legacy by cataloging the values he spread while alive. These are statements made by Charlie Kirk. Gay people should be stoned to death. Most people are scared when they see a black pilot flying a plane.
Okay. Why would most people be afraid when they see a black pilot? Why? But he said he's never said nothing racial. He has. On more than one occasion. Why would people be scared when they see a black pilot? Ask yourself that. Why would he say something like that?
Taylor Swift should reject feminism and submit to her husband. No one should be allowed to retire. Leftists should not be allowed to move to red states. British colonism was what made the world decent. The guy who assaulted the Pelosi's should be bailed out. Religious freedom should be terminated. Multiple black politicians, in quotes, stole white people's spots. MLK.
Y'all hear that? Religious freedom should be terminated. So he's saying you shouldn't even have freedom to choose your religion. So that means he don't believe in the Constitution. He don't believe in the First Amendment. Neither does Donald Trump. None of them believe in the Constitution, people. That's the problem. They don't believe in nothing that's fair. The Constitution make it for it's fair for everyone, and that's what they don't like. Funnybone's just gonna spell it out to you, people. They just don't like it. They don't like for nothing to be fair. That's why they say garbage like this.
Assaulted the Pelosi should be bailed out. Religious freedom should be terminated. Multiple black politicians, in quotes, stole white people's spots. MLK Jr. was an awful person. The great replacement theory is reality. Hydroxychloroquine cures COVID. Vaccine requirements are medical apartheid. Gun deaths are acceptable in order to have a Second Amendment.
Okay. He said gun deaths should be acceptable so you can have the Second Amendment. How did he die? By a gun. He was all for people getting shot with guns. He just said gun deaths are acceptable. That's what he said. When you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Point blank period, people. Point blank period. But keep listening. It's even worse.
Women's natural place is under their husband's control. Parents should prevent their daughters from taking birth control. George Floyd had it coming. The Jan 6 protesters didn't.
He said George Floyd had it coming, and the Jan 6 protesters didn't. So what they're telling y'all? What kind of viewpoint that's telling you? What's that telling you? Certain races should be excused. That's what they're saying. Yeah. They should be excused for killing George Floyd. Shouldn't that be done with the January 6 rioters? Nothing. Y'all see that? That's why stuff happening the way it's happening to people. My grandma used to tell me, your mouth can be your ruin. A lot of stuff that you say could be your downfall. Be careful what you say and what you say you stand for. Be careful. I was blessed, people, to have a whole lot of guidance from a whole lot of older people, and it has served me well in my life. I'm telling y'all, those people knew what they were talking about. They said it in so many words, but they got their point across that we understood what they were talking about. Stuff like this is going to happen if we have people keep spreading hate and division. We're going to have this, people. We weren't put on this planet to hate each other. That's not what God wanted. God don't want us to hate each other, no matter what color. We're all the same color. We just different shades in God's eyes. We all brothers and sisters. We need to start acting like it instead of acting like enemies. And then y'all be the first one talking about religion. You think God is pleased because you hate a race? Not pleased, people. You don't supposed to hate no one. Especially because of their race. All men were created equal in God's eyes. Anybody that tell you different, they are lying. I don't care if it's a preacher, whoever he is. And Donald Trump spreading hateful stuff is going to happen. And it's coming from his own regime. People that want to be like him. Until you start talking about the LBQ and all these people, you don't know what set people off. You don't know what kind of family member he has. You don't know what motivated this young man. I know what motivated him, though. Hate. Because I seen a couple of Mr. Kirk's interviews and speeches, and it was ridiculous. He looked like a younger Donald Trump and sounded like it. To me. I'm not talking bad about the man because he's gone. I'm just telling you what character he had. And that's why things happen like this. I don't condone violence. I really don't. But I don't entice violence either. Just because you don't condone it, don't entice it either. Because when you entice it, one of these days it's going to be directed towards you. So he was a family man, had children. That's the part I hate. I hate anybody lose their life through violence and all that kind of stuff. It's not called for, people. But you got to be mindful for what you say and how you act and how you try to belittle people. How you try to talk down to people. Just because you up there on a platform, you using it to talk down to people. You don't know what set people off. So in the future, people, if you're going to run for office or you're going to be any kind of political anything, you start with love and trying to get people together and elevate people. Not bring them down. Mr. Kirk, like I said, I didn't agree with nothing he said, but he still deserves to live.
1964 Civil Rights Act was a huge mistake.
Wow.
Encouraged parents to protest mask mandates. Mandami winning in New York is a travesty because Muslims did 9/11. Muslims only come to America to destabilize Western civilization.
Wow.
Palestine, in quotes, doesn't exist, and those who support it are like the KKK. But in...
Wow. People. Okay, I'm going to say this. Last month, when that Democratic, I don't know which, I forgot what she was, but she had she was senator, whatever she was, got murdered in her home. Donald Trump didn't say anything about that. Refused to go to a funeral, refused to say anything. But one of his buddies, Mr. Kirk, same thing. He wanted to do half mass for the flags for Mr. Kirk. Ridiculous, people. That shows Donald Trump's disdain for Democrats. Just because that woman was Democratic, Donald Trump figured she had it coming. But now he gonna lower the flag half-mast for Mr. Kirk. So what that tell y'all? I know this ain't the time to be talking like this, people, and I hate to have to do it, but let's just call a red apple a red apple. That's all to it.